Hello everybody. For today's how-to video, we are going to talk about yarns best for the knitting machine. So with that, we are going to start with yarns that I know I have had the best luck with, and those have been Big Twist and Yarn Bee. Those two brands have constantly been successful on the knitting machine. Now you have to make sure you're always working with a weight 4 for any kind of yarn you buy. You can get a weight 3 to work and a weight 2. It will be just a lot looser. So I suggest if you're doing a weight 2 to pair it with something else that's a weight 2 as well. So Yarn Bee, Big Twist, and I love this yarn. Now just be careful with that one because I had one skein that worked great, and I think it was a lighter weight 4, and then I had one heavier weight 4 yarn that didn't work out as well. It still worked, it just was a lot harder to crank because it was thicker. So with that, just keep in mind with I love this yarn, sometimes if it's too thick it will have a harder time cranking. What else is there? Loops and threads is a no-go for the knitting machines. I would not suggest that. It is very much just does not work. It drops stitches all the time. And honestly, yeah, I think loops and threads is the only big no-no I wouldn't use. I would just be cautious with I love this yarn and Red Heart yarn. Those two seem to be like a hit or miss, so it just depends on how thick the yarn is. If you buy a heavier 4-weight or if you buy a lighter 4-weight, so I think it just depends on which yarn. But Yarn Bee, oh, Lion Brand. I'm using Lion Brand right now. Their Mandala bonus bundle works great on the knitting machine. If you have problems with your stitch counter, I bought this one off of Amazon for, I don't even remember how much, but it comes with a little sticky adhesive thing you can put it on. I hot glued that on there. Came with a battery and everything and has worked great. If you have a knitting machine with a counter on it and it seems to randomly stop working, for me, all I did was kind of give it a good, like, the whole machine, like, a good shake. Like, hard though, but not too hard. And I kind of cranked the wheel with no yarn on it kind of fast just to give it that reset, because I did have that problem. My daughter was playing with it and she did something to it and it just would not count right anymore. So I just took it and I just gave the good couple cranks one way and a good couple cranks the other way. And that seemed to fix the problem after a couple tries of that. I hear that those tend to break a lot easily, so you can always buy one of these and just use this instead because this always counts correctly. But for the yarns, yeah, my suggestion for you if you are having trouble with dropping stitches is to do Yarn Bee, Big Twist, and Lion Brand. And also, half the time it could just be the way you're cranking, so making sure you crank slower. Making sure you're holding your machine down. If it suctions, great. If it doesn't, making sure you hold it steady and so it's not wiggling everywhere. That also is a big thing as well. I'm trying to think. And sometimes, yeah, I think it's just sometimes just certain yarns are just, if you're having a problem with the yarn, it's most likely either that ball or just that brand of yarn in general. So, Big Twist, the Big Twist Value is what I used, and it worked amazing on the the knitting machine. So Big Twist Value, Lion Brand, any weight for Lion Brand, and then Yarn Bee, all work great on the knitting machine. So with that, I'm going to stop talking and hop off here, and I will show you the end of this ear warmers when I get to the end. And so yeah. Oh, one more thing too. Making sure your yarn is through the right gauge will also determine whether or not you have compacted stitches or drop stitches. So making sure that you're in the right gauge and making sure that your yarn is flowing nicely from your ball. So either the center pull and making sure it flows nicely with a little bit of tension. Let me see if I can scoot this all over for you guys. As you can see, the yarn is straight, but it's also loose. So there's not tension. And it's not super tight. It's just slightly loose and consistently pulling the same. Like, you're not having to stop and pull and stop and pull. And if you're pulling from the outside and making sure it's on a yarn spindle, something that's going to unwind nicely, and you're not going to have a lot of tug and pull on your yarn, because tugging and pulling will make your tension in here off, and that can cause you to drop stitches and what's it called? Compact stitches. So just keep that in mind, making sure your yarn is coming nicely from your ball. So with that, now I'm going to hop off and show you the end result. Alright, there you go, guys. I just remembered after working this up, this was the Mandala Lion Brands bonus bundle, and this was a weight 3, and this is what it looks like on the knitting machine. Turns out nice. It's definitely lighter than the 4 weights, so it depends on how heavy of a weight or how heavy of a headband you want. But yes, so my suggestion is stick with Lion Brand, Yarn Bee, Big Twist Value are the top ones, and then go from there. Just use caution if you use any other brands. I don't know if cotton works the best. I would say acrylic or wool always works the best. So with that, keep that in mind too, of the fabric or the material you're using for your knitting machine. Sorry, I forgot what it's called. But with that, if you guys need any other advice, let me know. Comment below and I will answer any questions you have. With that, I'm gonna see you guys later. Bye.